Uja, Uben, Unefer. Greetings and excellence arising. This is Arit Netter S. Medi Ma'ati, aka Tachia Ahmet, with another edition of Good Rising TV, where we combine 13-month sidereal Kemetic astrology with KemeTones, Cosmic Sound Healing, and Ancient African Adorations, or chanting and singing, all in alignment with the cosmic forces. Tonight we are honoring the full moon eclipse, Mercury retrograde, 6 planets are retrograde, Sirius rising, and making preparations for the new moon, also called the black moon, which will be in a few weeks. So you can find the horoscopes analysis at tachia.wordpress.com, and you'll find the link somewhere on this page. And we'll dive right into the KemeTones Cosmic Sound Healing session for this celestial event. We're going to start with the Mercury retrograde. I checked in with the almanac to find out what time Mercury was it stationary and the shadow and all that other stuff. And I looked up the dates and times on the website that I use that is tuned to the NASA JPL ephemeris. And that one didn't give me the exact times, but it did give me the dates. And of course, they were a little bit different than the ones from the Western Almanac. So you can find out more about that at the blog post. But for now, you can see that Mercury didn't go retrograde on June 20th. It didn't go retrograde until July 7th. And it was in sidereal Cancer or Kepra. And then it went back into Gemini, and then back into Cancer, and then back into Gemini. And when we have the new moon on August 2nd, it will be in Cancer. So for now, we're going to do some sound healing for the Mercury retrograde, and it switched back and forth between Gemini and Cancer. So that would be Dua Jehuti, Dua Kepra. So for these self-care sessions, I like to do the 3 treasures, which combines your purpose with your desires. Hopefully, or prayerfully, they're purified desires, and your mind, so that your thoughts and your desires are always in alignment with your purpose. And so when we have Mercury retrograde alternating between Gemini and Cancer, then to me that signifies a portal opening, which means a more intense or heightened awareness experience with communication and family. And Gemini is known as the lovers in the Kemetic tradition, and that doesn't necessarily mean intimate. It just means a pair of lovers. It could be a mother and child. It could be a client and his practitioner. It could be any relationship where there's love. So during this time, we want to be able to express the cosmic mind, which is Jehuti, not our limited mind, which deals with our day-to-day activities and our bodily functions. But we want to be in tune with the cosmic mind. We want to express the cosmic words. We want to be able to trust that what we're saying is expressing the divine and not our ego. And also our family, it could be your relatives, or like if you're not talking to a lot of your relatives, it could be your spiritual family, it could be the human family, whatever family means to you. This is going to be a time for intense communication. And a lot of people think about their computers breaking down or their cell phones breaking down, But at horoscopes, we don't see them as negative. We see it not a breakdown, but a breakthrough. Like, you know, there's been a block and now there's an opening. That's what we mean by a portal opening. It's, you know, it's a way to upgrade or up level, or, you know, beyond your imagination, beyond what you think you are capable of. So let's get started with KemeTones. So remember, when you see me doing these sound healing sessions, these self-care sessions on myself, it's also like I'm giving a session to you, because energy doesn't know the difference between time and space. And my intention is that you also benefit from the session. So like I said, we're going to start with the 3 treasures, and we're going to be working with the tones for Jehuti and Kepra, which would be Mercury and the new moon fork with the Acutonics tuning fork system. And when we're dealing with Jehuti, that's the cosmic mind, the mind intellect. And our intention is that we allow Jehuti to write out our to-do list, Jehuti to write out what we're going to say. That means we're in alignment with the higher vibration, our higher selves, and not expressing our ego. So I'm going to do this aligning the 3 treasures, our purpose with our heart and our thoughts, that we're expressing the cosmic mind of Jehuti. So I start on the womb chakra, the creativity chakra, and the heart chakra, that our heart is pure, and the first eye, and then our minds and our thoughts are clear, and then we connect them. And remember, when we move the energy or move the sound up, we're eliminating blocks. And then later, when I do the high frequency forks, I'll be moving the energy down to manifest the purified desires and thoughts. And since we're dealing with, let me do the low frequency, so we can get really deep in our communications and our expressions. I had to sit back for that one. And, you know, from different experiences going on, I've kind of closed my heart, so I've got to open it up again. I know it's going to take a while after the pit bull attack and some other crazy things going on. I shut down my heart. Well, that feels good. So I'm working on that. All right, I'm going to do the high frequency. I'm going to remove the energy up, removing blocks, and move the energy down, manifesting and creating our vision and our intentions for a clear mind, purified heart, expressing the cosmic mind, trusting that Ma'at and Jehuti are writing for me every day. Trusting that my words and my expressions are in alignment with truth. That's it. And since we're dealing with Mercury retrograde, we're dealing with communication. So I make sure my throat chakra is open. Celestial storehouse, where everything is stored, all of our abundance and prosperity and our destiny. I release that. Now, on the day of the eclipse, that was July 16th, in the full moon, of course, still during Mercury retrograde, we have Dua Ra, Dua Hetaru, Dua Jehuti. We have Sun and Venus in Pimahi, or sidereal Gemini, which is ruled by Jehuti, or Mercury. So we have the Sun, Hetaru, and Jehuti. And I'm going to do another run of the three treasures because we're dealing with the Ra, the creativity chakra, Hetaru for the heart, and Jehuti for the mind. Alrighty then. So we will start with Ra, Dua Jehuti, and Dua Ra, Dua Jehuti. We have the Sun in sidereal Gemini, and then we're also going to have Dua Hetaru, Dua Jehuti, Venus in sidereal Gemini. And this is a fascinating combination to me because it reflects the main characters in the legend of Hetaru and Jehuti when Hetaru was sent to Earth by Ra to eliminate the unrighteous. And she enjoyed her job so much that she, started just eliminating everybody. And she was able to return to her divinity through the assistance of Lord Jehuti, who told her some wonderful parables, and she remembered who she really was and reclaimed her rightful position as the daughter of Ra. So, here we are again, focusing on aligning our purpose, which is enlightenment, our purified desires, that we only want things that are in accordance or in alignment with our purpose, and our thoughts. So we are, let's start with, it doesn't matter what we start with. So we're going to start with Ra and Jehuti. So if you're not aware of your purpose, then this activity will help to illuminate your purpose and to purify your heart by expressing only your purified desires, and then illuminating your thoughts, raising the vibration of your thoughts, purified mind and consciousness. Listening to the teachings, allowing Lord Jehuti to write for us every day. Make Jehuti write out your to-do list, not your ego. And then not being attached to the outcome. Just little reminders, putting in the intention with these tones, because the tones will just keep vibrating inside of your body, inside of your energy, and will help you stay in attunement. Now, let's stand with Goddess Hetaru, womb chakra, creativity chakra, the heart chakra, the first eye. Like I said, I really in need of this self-care session. I've been definitely imbalanced, out of tune. I haven't been checking in with the planets, and this is really helping already, I can tell. Just clarity. Just remembering the power of Hekaus, who's known as the Great Goddess, because she was able to remember her divinity after being distracted by worldly desires, which is something we can all benefit from. Those angel wings. And now it's time for the KemeTones self-care session for the full moon lunar eclipse in sidereal Sagittarius, along with Pluto and Saturn retrograde. Dua Jehuti, Dua Asar, Dua Geb, Dua Amun. So for this one, we're going to work with extraordinary vessels. For the first combination, I'm going to do Asar and Geb, or Pluto and Saturn, because they're both retrograde. And I'm going to use the extraordinary vessels for the Du and the Yang Kiao. I'm going to do my right, left hand, and right ankle. No, that's not going to work. Of course it is. Oh. There we go. Okay, there, I got it. Let's try it again. Gonna have to make a video to show how you actually do this. Maybe I'll take a photograph. So that's the Yang. That's the Du. You start on your hand and go to the ankle. And then the Yang Kiao is just the exact opposite. Where there's a will, there's a way. Now do the same thing with Pluto and the full moon, or Asar and Jehuti. the Du and the Yang Kiao. And a low frequency. I almost got the hang of it. There we go. The main key is to not hit the furniture because that'll stop the vibrations. Top it off with some high frequency work. I didn't get to talk too much about the full moon lunar eclipse with the 2 retrograde planets. So I invite you to check out the horoscopes analysis at thechia.wordpress.com for this celestial event. It's mostly about the shadow being illuminated and revealing, you know, what you really feel, things that you don't really say, or you might have shame or guilt, but there are things that need to be said, especially with all this communication and healing work with the family. So some of these events might have already taken place in your life, and maybe this will just give you some insight on why things played out the way they did, or maybe you are you haven't yet had this experience yet. Just let me know. This is just my observation based on what happened for me on these days before I had a chance to check in with the ephemeris. And then once I looked at the analysis, I was really surprised to see how things played out. Okay, so the next video clip will be the chants for this celestial event with the full moon, eclipse, and retrograde from KemeTones and Ancient African Adorations. Hatap.